Greenhouse gases are a growing concern. In Quebec and beyond, experts are studying the carbon footprints of different assets and activities. Hydro-Québec is a leader in the field since it's rigorously monitored the GHG emissions of its facilities for over 30 years. Reservoirs release GHGs. When a reservoir is filled with water during its impoundment, some of the plant life that's covered in water or flooded begins to decompose. The process mainly produces two gases that contribute to climate change: carbon dioxide, or CO2, and, to a lesser extent, methane, or CH4. But studies show that GHGs released by reservoirs are lower in Quebec than in warmer regions. Why is that? Several factors influence the GHG emissions of reservoirs, including water temperature, dissolved oxygen levels in the water, organic matter inflows, local biological productivity, and the type of vegetation that is flooded. Of course, water temperature depends on geographic location. The water in high-latitude areas is colder than the water in tropical regions. And the colder the water, the less active the bacteria that decompose the organic matter tend to be. That works in our reservoir's favor. Water temperature also has an impact on dissolved oxygen levels. In colder water, dissolved oxygen levels are higher, and that produces more carbon dioxide than methane. But in warmer water, dissolved oxygen levels are lower. There may be areas without any oxygen at all, and that produces more methane. The most recent studies indicate that the global warming potential of methane over 100 years is around 30 times higher than the global warming potential of carbon dioxide. That also works in our reservoirs' favor, since they produce less methane. The quantities of nutrients and organic matter in water also impact the GHG emissions of reservoirs. We know that pollution caused by human activities like intensive agriculture and effluent discharge can be a major source of nutrients and organic matter. Because Quebec's hydropower reservoirs are mainly located in remote areas, they're less affected by human activities than reservoirs in tropical regions, which are often in more densely populated areas. In short, in the colder water found in northern regions, oxygen tends to be distributed throughout the depth of the reservoir. This oxygen restricts the production of methane, a greenhouse gas that is more potent than carbon dioxide. In addition, the ice covering the reservoirs throughout winter greatly reduces GHG emissions. In a nutshell, Quebec's ecosystem benefits from conditions that lead to lower GHG emissions. So when it comes to generating hydropower with a low carbon footprint, Quebec's boreal climate has a real advantage.